Well, JoJo, it was a beautiful day in Dalaran, but now it's time to go to Ice Crown. One more step and then we're pretty much there. You ready? Alright, here we go. Good morning, gamers. Hello. And yes, the shattered sky over Ice Crown Citadel is only visible in Ice Crown, which you would assume would be visible across all of Northrend. And when I first went to Dalaran, I was like, where's the sky? And then as soon as I crossed over into Ice Crown, it took a second and then the sky just exploded. I'm not quite sure what the actual goal for this was or anything, but I think that should be visible pretty much everywhere. But we're not here to talk about skyboxes. We're here to talk about how Blood Elves got screwed. We're here to talk about the customization options for Blood Elves in Shadowlands, and to give my very first character that I ever made in World of Warcraft a makeover. So to preface, my Blood Elf rogue has been through some changes. Back when I started in 2005, I was on the Alliance, and I played a gnome. Two of my friends were playing gnomes at the time, and I thought it'd be a good way to troll people in PvP. But since then, we have ascended to a Blood Elf. So let's take a look at some of the customization options that Blood Elves have received in Shadowlands. Alright, so I switched over to my webcam and my streaming microphone so we can go through this together. I'm going to give my Blood Elf rogue a makeover, so I figured what better than to just make it in the character customization screen. For a new character, because all of these options are available at the barber shop minus changing your race or faction. So if you haven't seen the new character creation screen, this is it. I think this is a huge improvement over what we had in the past. It's much more visually pleasing, and there are a lot more options that we can dive into for the individual races themselves. So let's go. Okay, so first off, up here at the top, you'll see that we can swap between these three little bubbles. This first one's gonna be like your main features for your skin color and face and hairstyle, eye color, etc. This one is going to be for jewelry and stuff, and body. I don't know, let's check it out. So things that have changed for the Blood Elves, they added a couple more skin color options, and I haven't actually gone through many of the that is cool. This looks almost exactly like what I want in the game right now. This looks like a Sand Lane or even a undead. That looks more like a Sand. This looks like an undead Blood Elf, which is what I want. Please. So I think I'm actually gonna roll with this skin color here because it looks kind of dead. I'm a big fan of that. So face wise, I don't think the Blood Elves actually got any new face customization options, although some of them look like they got some touch-ups. Like I don't remember this freckle one being this good looking, but I think my original one was like, it was this one for sure. So I'll probably stick with the same face. But here's where some of my problems with the new Blood Elf stuff comes into play. So hairstyle wise, hairstyle is like one of your defining factors of your character. A lot of different races in the game got a bunch of hairstyle options. And for Blood Elves, all of these are the exact same hairstyles that we've had in the game for years at this point. And you don't see any new ones until we get to this point here with slick back and forward. So Blood Elves have received 5 new hair options for Shadowlands. And I would say like 2 of them are good. So let's go through them. So you have slick back, which isn't really my style, but it's an option for people who are interested in that kind of thing. On Mage, this is great. This is so Blood Elf, and I'm a big fan of this. I don't know what else to say. Like, this is very awesome. Great hairstyle that they added to the game. Next up, Tiara. This is my favorite Blood Elf hairstyle that they've added. I love this. I want to use this, but I can't. I'm playing a rogue. Normally on my rogue, I'll have like my engineering goggles on, or I'll put like the cursed vision of Sargeras, stereotypical rogue things. I don't want to have my goggles or my blindfold on, and now I have a tiara on my head. While I love this hairstyle, I love everything about this hairstyle. I love the bun in the back. I love the bangs on the side. I can't use this because I can't get rid of this. Can't get rid of this tiara. And that's all I want, right? That's all I want is this hairstyle with the option to take the tiara off. I think that'd be great, but I doubt we'll get that. So for my rogue, I'm probably gonna end up going with Con Mage. But let's go on and look at the other ones. So next up you have Pixie. Full option for people who like this kind of hairstyle. Glad they added it. And then you have the bald hairstyle, which I think they added to like every race in the game. So that's also an option for people who are interested. But I'm rolling Con Mage because this is good. So hair color wise, they still have a lot of the original ones, obviously, but they also added some of the Death Knight hair color options, which I'm probably going to end up using, like this right here. Excellent. I do like this blue purple option that they added, and then they have this kind of darker silver purple gray thing going on, which is really cool. But other than that, all of these for the most part are the same. Big fan of this one because of the next thing, blue eyes, which you've probably already noticed while we've been going through this. But let's start from the top. So you have the original, or I say original, you have the gold eyes that we've had for a bit now with a couple different options, couple different shading options to them. You have the original green eyes, which we've had since Burning Crusade. And then they added the blue eyes for people who are interested in playing High Elves, which I think has been a thing we've been asking for a long time at this point in the game. And this right here is quality. I'm a big fan of cyan. It's like in my logo and stuff, but I'll probably end up rolling with these ones because they're just obnoxious and cool, and I'm a big fan of them. And then you have like a darker blue option here as well. You have like a blind look option as well as some heterochromia options with like a blind eye, although there's not much going on here, but I guess at least it's there, it exists. So moving on to the jewelry tab, you have the option to change your ear length, which I'm not personally going to do. I like the long ears, but you have long, medium, and short ear options for the Blood Elves, which maybe I'm just old school, but it's all about the long ears, man. And then earring wise, they added a couple new pieces. All of these are pretty much the same from what we've had for years at this point, but I think the ones that are new are the wings, the leaves, and diamond. I guess it's kind of hard to see with my hairstyle. And then the necklaces, you have 3 necklace options, which isn't really that much. I kind of wish there was more. But you have the Phoenix option, which looks fine, I guess. The Wreath option, and then I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word. But I'm not a big fan of these. I'm not a big fan of like the body jewelry options that Blood Elves have received. I kind of personally wish that we would have gotten some other option like tattoos or something. But for people who are interested in that exists. Personally, for my rogue, nothing. And then moving on over to this body tab, or whatever you want to call this. You have the option for armbands now, so you can still roll with none if you wanted to. You could roll with Phoenix, which are these cool little like wrapping pieces that they have, the wreath option, and then the matching necklace piece option here. Then you can change. So if let's say we had a necklace, right? So then you can change the color of your jewelry as well, which will also change your earring color to match. So I think that's a cool option. And like I said, I'm not going to use a necklace, but if you want it, that's there. I know these earrings that I've been using for years used to be gold, so I like the option of being able to change them to silver, which I'm going to be using anyway. But that's there for the people who are interested. So no armbands. You have the option for wrist cuffs now as well, which I guess is part of the body jewelry technically, but I wear gloves all the time. I'm never going to see this, but if you don't wear gloves, that's there for you, and you can choose the color that you have. This is my new Blood Elf Rogue. I'm probably going to be rolling with this for the most part. I might go back and touch up a few things, but let's check out how it looks in game with some armor on, and go from there. All right, so I've put everything on the barber that we went through in the character creation screen. And like you can see, all of this stuff is the exact same menu options that we had for creating a new character, which is great. I love that they've opened this up. I think this used to be like $25 or something that you used to have to pay to change like most of your features. And I know they've been adding some of these back to the barbershop over the years, but it's great that all of this is not behind a paywall anymore. And you can also swap your gender at the barber, which is sweet. So cool options. I'm really glad that they did all this. And in game, I'm super happy with my character. So this is my new Blood Elf Rogue. I'm super excited with how she turned out. Like I said, the new customization options are great. I'm kind of disappointed in some of the lack of hairstyles. I feel like hairstyles are a very prominent thing for your character to have. It's a very easy thing to change throughout the day or throughout the week if you wanted to. And in comparison to the Draenei, which were the same race that released at the time of Burning Crusade alongside the Blood Elves, the Draenei just got like way more hair customization options. I think if you start from like the slicked version and you go all the way back, they have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 8 new customization options, whereas the Blood Elves only got 5. And I guess I understand that the Blood Elves got the body jewelry and stuff, but as someone who's not very interested in that sort of thing, I would much rather get a hairstyle like this, for example, with like a little small ponytail on the back with hair coming down. Like this hairstyle would look great on a Blood Elf, but I guess I'll just have to cut my losses on that one. So what do you think about the new Blood Elf customization options? Do you think they could have added more things? Do you like how much we got? I'd love to hear what you have to say down below in the comments. Overall, I'm super excited to play the pre-patch. I'm going to be leveling probably a Frost DK through the new leveling experience, so that'll be a cool time. I've been playing a bunch of the Shadowlands beta and doing a bunch of Mythic Plus dungeons, which have been a real good time as well. I've really been enjoying Subtlety Rogue and Shadow Priest, so if you'd be interested in seeing some videos about that, just let me know. If you ever want to chat or need someone to talk to, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or Discord. And as always, JoJo and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend it with both of us, and we hope you have a great day. Goodbye.